All right, you guys asked for it, so guess what? Here you go. We're gonna do the Civivi Brigand up against the Bestech Texel. That's right. 2 knives enter, 1 knife leaves. And I promise you, at the end of all this, I will pick. There absolutely will be one clear-cut winner. But you got to stick around to watch. So let's do this. Hey, how you doing? My name is Jay. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. Consider clicking on subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Up on the screen now, you're looking at, these are some of the specs that the Brigand and Texel have in common, and you can see it is a very short list. Yeah, they have far more differences between the two. I know a lot of you might not be as worried about the blade finish, but it is slightly different between the two. The Brigand is just it's a full satin finish, and then here on the Texel is going to be satin grind and stonewash flats. The Brigand does have a slightly longer blade than the Texel. However, they have the exact same amount of usable sharpened edge, and that's going to be 3.125 inches. So what that tells us is that the Texel provides the exact same amount of edge as the Brigand, but it's just going to be in a shorter package. The handle length and the thickness measurements, this is also another area where they are just so close, but to me anyway, in hand, they do feel substantially different, and here's why. It's because of the chamfering. If you notice, it goes all the way around here on the scales of the Brigand, and so that's what makes it just so much more comfortable. And it also has, if you can see that traction, has way better traction on these G10 scales. On top of all that, it can accommodate larger hand sizes, and because of this very generous forward finger choil. Now the Texel, since you're not able to choke up on this knife, they just give you, that's a very large sharpening choil, not a finger choil. This is going to be more for those of you with the medium to small hands. If you have the large bear paws, you're going to want the Brigand. Both pocket clips, they're going to be tip up only, but as you can see now, the Brigand, it does have, it comes with a deep carry pocket clip, while the Texel does not. It's not too shallow of a carry, but it is still kind of shallow. Now, since the Texel, it only has just the one position pocket clip. Yep, no lefty love going on here. The Brigand, yes sir. Oh, this is definitely lefty friendly. Now the measurements that you see right now, this is going to be the closed width, where I just measured it across at the widest point, and well, you can see the Brigand does in fact have a wider closed width, but because of its pocket clip, now it seems like it's going to take up less room because of the deep carry, so it puts the widest section just a little bit further down and not at the top of your pocket like you get with the Texel. Admittedly, it's going to be kind of tough to compare the action between these two knives, because just because, like say, mine drop shut, it doesn't necessarily mean that yours will too. What it comes down to is going to be the type of ball bearings on the inside that's going to make the difference. Now the Texel uses ceramic ball bearing pivot, which, as you know, they're less likely to deform, and of course, they're not going to rust because they're obviously not metal. I mean, not that steel ball bearings are going to necessarily rust either, if you keep them fairly lubricated. But I will say this, out of the box, okay, my Texel, oh yeah, has way better action in both directions. It's definitely harder Oh yeah, it's really harder to fail the deployment. And as you saw, I mean, this thing just drops shut with very little shake and bake. And not that the Brigand action is terrible. I mean, that one still fires reliably every time. Requires a little bit more shake and bake. And this one, of course, it's a little bit easier for me to fail. I realize it might not look like it, but the flipper tab on the Brigand it's a little bit larger than the one on the Texel, which is exactly why you're getting more use of that sharpened edge when you're cutting on a flat surface. So you notice here on the Texel, it makes contact like sort of in the middle. And if we try the same, with the Brigand, yeah, you can see where it makes contact. It's a little bit farther out, closer to the tip. As long as we're talking about the flipper tab, I really do like the feel of it on the Brigand, and it's going to be because of that shape. You notice it's got like a curve to it, so very, very, very comfortable to open the blade. And then on the Texel, it's got like a little bit of a point, and sometimes if you're not paying attention, you go to deploy the blade really fast, you're going to push on that point, and the more times you do it, it's going to start to feel just a little bit uncomfortable. As for the jimping now, the Brigand, it wins hands down. It is far superior than the Texel, because yeah, the Texel jimping, I mean, you know, it might as well not even be there, because it does nothing in the way of providing any kind of traction. These also both happen to be liner locks, but if you notice here with the Texel, if you see that, yeah, it has way more room to access that liner lock, making it so much easier to disengage than here on the Brigand. They both have liners that have been, looks like they've been extensively, if you can see, skeletonized here on the Texel. And then if you look on the inside of the Brigand, ooh, actually it looks like this one might have a little bit more skeletonization going on. In an effort to keep that weight down, let's see where they differ. 3.7 ounces for the Brigand, and the Texel, okay, so it's just it's slightly lighter, probably not enough where you're gonna notice it in your pocket. All right, now it's party time. We get to cut some stuff. Now, if you look at the blade thickness between the two, they're gonna appear to be pretty much the same. However, the Brigand has a slightly thinner blade than the Texel. On the Brigand, you're looking at 3 millimeters and then 3.2 on the Texel. So let's see how that translates into the cutting ability. So what I'll do is I'll just try and cut really fast with this one, then let me get it set so I can quickly pick it up, and you know, just so I'm able to tell if there's a difference between cutting. Oh yeah, I forgot how good that this thing slices. Oh man. All right, quickly. I hit the sharpening tool there at the end, so that's why I kind of got hung up. I don't know, guys. Man, I got to do it again because it is almost too tough, too close to call. Let's try again. Oh, my cardboard's folding. You know what? I got to give it to the Brigand. Yeah. Man, does this thing slice. All right, we should probably, let's talk about the price. So the Brigand is going to cost you a little bit more at $60. The Texel is coming in at, I've seen an average of $52. Now, both of these you can get from White Mountain Knives, and I will be sure to include a link to them down below. And don't forget, if you do go to White Mountain Knives to make your purchase, use my coupon code, because you get 10% off if you type in Lefty Love. So yep, 2 words, all lowercase. If for some reason White Mountain Knives does not have either of these in stock, you can also get them from Amazon, and I'll be sure to throw those links down below in the description as well. Now, I really would like to hear from you guys. If you could just let me know down in the comment section below, which one of these do you have? Or, better yet, which one do you plan on getting? Well, I guess now we're at the point where I should probably pick which one I like better, because I know not everyone is able to get, you know, to buy both knives. So if you absolutely could only buy one, which one should you get? Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I was really not looking forward to having to make this decision, because it's a really tough choice. Because honestly, you can't go wrong with either. They're both great, but I have to pick one, right? I'm gonna go with the Brigand. Yep, at $60, and here's why. Deep carry pocket clip is already slapped on there for you. The Texel, yeah, you got to jack with it. You got to, you know, if you do need a deep carry clip on it, you got to get an aftermarket one or harvest one from another knife for parts. The forward finger choil, yes, can accommodate, you know, different kinds of grips, different hand sizes. With the Texel, just has a very large sharpening choil. And I have been considering actually modding this one to put that finger choil in, but the Brigand, it's already there. So that's stuff you don't have to do. And on top of that, this thing slices. It slices better than the Texel does. So yeah, there you have it. Get the Brigand. And don't forget now to let me know which knife that you like better. And if you enjoyed this video and you got any value from it, hey, would you just let me know by leaving a thumbs up? And don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video. See ya.